Today we will explain about political and economic development during Indonesia's Reformation period. First, B.J. Habibie reigns. Development in the political field. First, the formation of the Development Reform Cabinet, the main target of the first session of the Development Cabinet.
Okay, then number 2 is 1998 Imperial Special Session. Uh, 1998 Imperial Session. The result of 1998 Imperial Special Session include the following: the opportunity to enhance the 1945 Constitution without going through a referendum is open. Revocation of P4 decision as a compulsory subject. The term of office of the president and vice president is limited to 2 terms of office, 5 years each. And 4. The political reform agenda includes general elections provisions to check government power, good supervision, and various changes to the dual function of ABRI.
For implementation of the 1999 election. 5. Implementation of the East Timor referendum.
And the last is developments in the economic sector. The period of B.J. Habibie's government is known as a transition period from the economic crisis to the recovery process. During this time, the government implement economic policy reforms in a number of sectors to restore public confidence, which had declined due to the crisis. There are three things Habibie has done to overcome this. One is save Indonesia from the 109 and 98 monetary crisis, and 2 is bring the rupiah to 6,500 per US dollar, and the last is 3 is industrial sector economic reform.
The period of government during Abdurrahman Wahid, commonly known as Gus Dur, was elected as the fourth president of the Republic of Indonesia on October 20, 1999. In order to continue the ideals of reform, it began with the formation of a cabinet consisting of PKB, Golkar, PK, PDIP, PAN, dan NPPP. The beginning of government. The Department of Information and Social Affairs was disbanded for reason of downsizing the government structure. This was accompanied by the formation of the Department of Marine Exploration, and then the name was changed to Department of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries. The formation of this department was carried out because during the previous government, Indonesian marine sector, which held large natural resource wealth, had not received attention serious from government. The reign. Reform in the field of law and government. An amendment was made to the 1945 Constitution on August 18, 2000. This amendment was related to the government structure of the unitary state of the Republic of Indonesia. This also changed the implementation of the general election process. Apart from these amendments, another reform effort is to separate the TNI and Polri, which aims to restore the function of each of these elements. Fall of government. Another thing that Abdurrahman Wahid did was restore the right of minorities of Chinese destined to practice their Confucian belief. He tried to reduce state's interference in the life of religious communities, but on the other hand, he actually took a stance that was at odds with his supporting parties, especially in the case of communism and the Israel issues. Apart from the issues of communism, Abdurrahman Wahid had the idea of opening trade relations with Israel. This was contrary to the 1945 constitution which explained that Indonesia was a country that called for the eradication of colonialism in the world. Because of this, Abdurrahman Wahid government fell, causing the emperor to dismiss him and replace him with Megawati Soekarno Putri.
The period of government during the time of Megawati Soekarno Putri. The success of Megawati government was also expressed by Siswano Yudhoyono during Siswono. From an economic perspective, Megawati government has a labor success that include a low inflation rate, a stable rupiah, exchange rate, stable foreign exchange reserves, and declining interest rates. From a legal perspective, Siswano believes that Megawati has also tried to enforce the law, including taking firm action against during dealers and political police. Megawati Soekarno Putri tried to build a new political order by implementing amendments to the 1945 Constitution. After that, legislative regulations were also drafted that did not yet exist in Indonesian, so that the constitutional amendment can be implemented properly. Several implementation of the new order in political policy during the Megawati administration. Number 1, new political system. Number 2, electoral system. Number 3, the election of the president and vice president is carried out directly. Number 4, amendment of an intertime replacement mechanism or named recall. Economic policy. During her reign, Megawati still faced poverty in Indonesia. So a poverty alleviation program policy was issued, process of founded KPK, poor rice, healthy card, and fund for the education sector.
4. Range of Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono. Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono, or better known as SBY, was appointed as the 6th President of Indonesia on October 20, 2004, the first president to be directly elected. Economy policy. Since the 1998 monetary crisis, various efforts made by the previous president has not succeeded in lifting the Indonesian economy. Some of SBY policies in economy. 1. Fuel price increase. During SBY 2 terms in office, there have been 4 increases in fuel prices, which occurred in 2005, 2008, and 2013. These prices were caused by the soaring world oil prices. 2. Direct cash transfer or BLT. The increase in fuel prices in 2005 led to a new policy, namely the provision of direct cash assistance or BLT for poor families to help fulfill basic needs and prevent a decline in welfare as a result of economic difficulties. This was in accordance with Presidential Order No. 12/2005, which mobilized the unconditional BLT program from October 2005 to December 2006 with a target of 19 million poor families. 3. School Operational Assistance or BOS. Initially, BOS was only intended for elementary and junior high school students. Then in 2013, BOS assistance was aimed at elementary, junior high, and high school students. Through this assistance, it is hoped that children from underprivileged families can experience education up to the highest level cheaply and easily. 4. People's Business Credit or CUR. This program is intended to help MSMEs and cooperatives from the difficulties of obtaining easy capital. CUR, or known as Credit SBY, is given with easy requirements and without any additional collateral other than proof of business.
Presiden SBY politik policy. Yang one from a joint secretariat Setgab to Cairns a concession vision and mission. Yang two, broaden the horizon of regions now government and reduce the authority of the central government in a table and a blanket manner. Yang three, striving for a working that is transparent participation and accountable. Presiden SBY is trying to ensure public trust in the government. Yang keempat, building effective communication with the community through social media, SMS, and Twitter.